everyone, it's Claire here, and today I'm going to do a video on cloth pad toppers in the hope that it will help some people new to cloth who are overwhelmed by the choices available, or those that already use cloth but mostly have stashes with one type of topper and are looking to branch out into others. I will start by saying that these are all natural fibre toppers, and I won't be commenting on any kind of polyester like minky or suede cloth because I'm actually allergic, so I feel I'm not really qualified to comment. So let's get started. First is Flannel. This is a kitty cat cloth panty liner, by the way. How adorable is this? I will be doing a review. Flannel is extremely affordable. It is one of the most affordable fabrics for those starting out in cloth pads, whether buying or making your own. There is a wide array of choices for designs available. You can also buy organic and unbleached versions if that's your preference. It is very soft, so ideal for daily liners or for people that are very sensitive down there. And it's highly absorbent and very breathable. So if you are gushy or heavier, you may like Flannel. Some of the cons with Flannel is that it pills. You can't get around it, and it will happen with every flannel. It's just a matter of when. It tends to really depend on quality with Flannel. The thicker and higher quality the flannel is, the less it will peel and the longer it will take to show signs of pilling. If it's a very thin flannel, then it's likely to peel quite quickly. And some people hate peeling altogether. Some people don't mind it at all and couldn't care less. So it really is a personal preference. Also, the jury seems to be out on whether flannel is a dry feeling fabric or a wet feeling fabric. I personally find that I don't feel wet or damp when wearing flannel as liners. When I wear flannel pads, then I do find it a bit damper. So it is going to be a personal thing, but it's something to be aware of, but definitely still give a try. Next is bamboo and cotton velour. I will do both these together as the pros and cons are pretty much the same. The only real difference here is obviously one's mostly bamboo, one's cotton. Cotton is also slightly softer in my opinion and stays softer through the wash process than the bamboo velour. Now, the pros of bamboo and cotton velour is they are highly absorbent materials. So if you have a gushy flow or a heavy flow, if you're looking for a postpartum topper, then these are often recommended because they do absorb very quickly. They do hold liquid themselves, so they are kind of an absorbent layer, and they will take it quickly down into the core. They also don't leave you with a wet feeling if you have saturated the pad, which I personally really like because I have an extremely heavy flow. So if I get caught out, the last thing you want to do is be sitting there feeling all wet and yucky. So that's a definite pro, I feel. Other pros are that obviously they are natural fibre, so they are breathable. You can get a huge variety out there from buying it in its natural state and using it exactly like that, buying it in its natural state and having a go at dyeing it yourself, buying from specific places that will dye fabric to your specifications, and many makers dye their own fabric, so there's a lot of unique pads out there with dye variations. Some people put little hearts on, I've seen, and little paw prints. So there's a lot of uniqueness in the bamboo and cotton velour pads. The cons of bamboo and cotton velour is that they are at the higher price point when it comes to toppers. If you're buying yourself, you will notice these cost a bit more per metre than other fabrics available to you, especially if you're having someone dye them for you. And if you're buying from makers, they tend to add a premium because they have bought and dyed the fabric themselves, and it is a slightly more expensive fabric. So generally, bamboo and cotton velour pads will cost you a bit more. Another con for some people is that it has a low pile. Let's see if this will focus. Focus. Are you focusing? Well, you can kind of see that. Oh, there we are. Oh, we had it and now it's gone. There we are. It's a low pile on both of them, but if you don't like any pile at all, then cotton and bamboo velour will not be for you. Another con that some people find is they find it warm. Even though it is a breathable fabric, not everyone likes it because they find it makes them a little bit warmer down there, especially if you live in a hot climate or if it is summer. But again, this is personal preference. Let's move on to cotton, which you will find is the most widely available topper on the market. It has the widest range of prints and designs available. Pretty much anything you can imagine, you can find a cotton with it on, which brings about some great variety. I mean, look at this print. I mean, this is gorgeous. This is Radical Rags. I actually did a review of her, so check out that review. Cotton is natural, it's breathable, it's very cool, so great for people who like a cool pad. It is thin, so it doesn't add bulk from a topper point of view. It is not highly absorbent in itself, but it is absorbent, and it will take your flow down into your core. Price range, it's about the mid-price range with cotton toppers. So if you're sewing yourself, then it's another great option alongside flannel if you are first starting out and on a budget. Cons with cotton is some people find it doesn't absorb quick enough their gushy flow. Now, as someone with a very gushy flow, I've done quite a few experiments on this myself with pads I've made, and what I've found is it really depends hugely on the quality of cotton used. Not all cotton is equal, as you will notice with sheets that have got, say, 100 thread count versus a 500 thread count. It's the same with your cotton. So try and look for a dense cotton that's quite thick feeling, that if you hold up to the light, you can't see straight through it. Then I personally have found I've had no problems with fluid sitting on top of the pad. It gets absorbed straight away down into the core, and that has not been a problem for me. So that could be a fix for you if you've experienced it in the past. Another con of cotton is some people find it feels wet, which is generally because it is so breathable. As you're moving around, airflow gets under the topper and cools the blood that's on the cotton. So then when your skin goes against it, it feels cool and damp. Now, again, quality of cotton is a big thing here, but for some people, it's just not for them. For other people, they swear by nothing but cotton and will completely disagree with the fact that it could feel wet or cold. So again, this is a personal thing. I love cotton and have quite a few cotton. So for me, it's a great topper, but definitely one worth giving a go. And last but not least is cotton jersey, which is 95% cotton and 5% lycra, not lycra, which gives it a bit of stretch, as you can see. This is one of my, if I had to choose a topper, I would probably go for the jersey, I have to say, because I am so heavy and I do have a gushy flow. It absorbs so quickly. Any fluid that comes out straight away, taken right into the core, stays there. You do not feel wet with it, in my opinion, and it holds a lot. I mean, it is really, really good. As long as you've got a nice substantial core in there, it will keep funneling that fluid in and keep you feeling nice and dry. So for gushy and heavy and postpartum, I would say this is a brilliant topper to give a try. It's also very, very soft. So again, good for postpartum or those that are sensitive down below. You can get a lot of pattern options. And again, there are organic jersey options available. Cons, jersey is in the higher price range, especially if you go for the imported fabrics from the USA. Some of them run as much as £20 to £25 per yard, which is quite a lot. But don't be put off by that, because you don't have to start there. You can try de-stash fabric groups and see if you can get your hands on small amounts, or you can go down to the fabric shop. They will have a smaller range, but they will have some, well, most have some in there. So you can definitely give jersey a try, or eBay is another great place. I can't really think of any other cons to jersey. If you are sewing, then it is harder to sew with because of the stretch. So I would recommend, if you are brand new to sewing, then maybe practice on some cotton and flannel before diving into your jersey, as it is one of the more expensive fabrics. Right, I think that's about it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up below and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.